A milestone victory for head coach John Wismath and a strong start for a Cougars freshman in the outfield. Welcome to Cougars Softball Insider. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm your host, Matthew Frieda. We're just about 15 minutes away from the Cougars conference matchup with LA Mission, but first, let's catch you up on the team's most recent action. On Tuesday, the Cougars took on the Bakersfield Renegades in their second conference game of the season. Starting pitcher Allison Melgar took the ball for the Cougars, but found herself in trouble early, allowing an RBI double to Riley Price in addition to a bases-loaded walk to give the Renegades a 2-0 lead after the first inning. Melgar would settle in, allowing just 3 singles the rest of the way, but the Cougars lineup going to work against Talia Nielsen simply had no answers. Nielsen retired the first 9 batters that came to the plate, and she would end her day with 11 strikeouts as she cruises to a complete game shutout in a 2-0 loss for the Cougars. With the loss, the Cougars fall to 0-2 in conference play this year, but sitting at 11-6-1, the team still has high expectations of itself. And one reason for that is the team's star left fielder, Brianne Tall. I had a chance to catch up with Tall and talk about her recent success both at the plate and in the field. Spring has arrived, and with it, a new season for College of the Canyon softball. The Cougars, off to a strong start early in the season, get their first opportunity in conference play. And according to Brianne Tall, they're ready for whatever comes their way.
As we progress, we get better because we are getting better. Each game goes by in each practice, and I feel like we do have a good chance of winning our conference and then moving on to states. So I think that's our big goal as a team.
Tall, originally from Northern California, moved to Santa Clarita during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. And despite the challenges that come with it, Tall has found her place on this team.
When I first came here, I didn't really know anyone, so then everyone has this is like my family over here, so it makes me feel like just everyone has really good chemistry and we all get along. We have the same humor, the same jokes. So I really feel like that also helps us as a team as well when we perform on the field.
It was hard for her with COVID, so she had to sit out and not around anybody that she knew. And it's a tough to do something like that, coming from a long way and be able to come and meet new people and stuff. And I really, tip my hat to her for what she's accomplished already.
Tall leads the Cougars with 18 RBIs this year, 5 coming by virtue of 2 home runs versus Riverside on March 5th. That same game, Tall completed a double play on a would-be sacrifice fly with an outfield assist to catcher Lisa Motes to prevent a run from scoring.
So what is going through my head is I'm making sure that obviously I have the ball, and then I'm listening to my center fielder Ash telling me where to throw the ball because obviously I'm looking at the ball to make sure I have it. And then once I hear everyone just go 4-4-4, I just throw it to my cut, and then it just made it to home in time.
And last week, Tall was recognized for her play as she was named the College of the Canyon Student Athlete of the Week, something that came as a bit of a surprise to her.
I was just going through Instagram and then I seen my face on something, so I just seen it and I sent it to my parents and then my family, and they're all saying they're proud and everything. So when hearing that from my family makes me proud and it feels like I've accomplished something.
She's done a great job. She's eager to do better all the time. She asks for extra help. She's starting to pay attention now to the mental part of her game, but physically, she's a beast and she's got a great arm.
Tall credits her teammates' support for her strong start and says their focus is all on one singular goal.
The only way I kind of get that confidence is from my team and them cheering me on and telling me, because I have a lot of self-doubt in myself sometimes, so my team cheering me on and telling me that no one better, just cheering me on from the side really helps me do good at the plate and let everything else just go and just focus on what I need to do at the plate.
Reporting for Cougar Softball, I'm Matthew Frieda. And here are the stats for Tall over her last 5 games, not including Tuesday's loss to Bakersfield. Brianne with 9 hits in her last 17 at-bats, good for a .529 average. In addition, those 2 home runs and her 9 RBIs played a huge part in the Cougars' doubleheader sweep over Riverside on March 5th. Still to come, a milestone victory for Coach Wismath and the upcoming schedule for the team. This is the Cougars Softball Insider pregame show as we lead you up to first pitch at 2:30 versus LA Mission. Don't go anywhere.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments, time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Welcome back to Cougars pregame softball coverage. Well, earlier this week, head coach John Wismath won his 350th career game with the Cougars. Over his first 14 years at COC, Wismath has led his teams to the Western State Conference Championships in 4 different seasons and to a co-championship in 3 others. I sat down with Coach Wismath and discussed his tenure with the school and his expectations for the current team. With constant interruptions from COVID-19, many things have changed for COC softball over the last 2 seasons. But the one constant has been head coach John Wismath.
I mean, this is a great place to play. They take care of you over here, our athletic director, our dean. Those guys are always big as far as athletics go, and we got good people around this area.
Wismath, entering his 15th year as head coach of the Cougars, recently reached the milestone, winning his 350th career game with College of the Canyons.
I played men's fast pitch when I was young. My freshman year in high school, they cut the program, and so my dad played men's fast pitch, and so that's where I kind of learned how to play ball. And then I started pitching when I was a sophomore in high school, just in the backyard with my dad because it was fun. And next thing you know, I ended up getting to be involved with it at a collegiate level.
Wismath, a 2-time All-American decathlete at Chico, began his coaching career at Butte College in Oroville, California, where he amassed 250 wins over 12 seasons.
One of the players that was at Chico State at the time, she got asked to coach out at Butte, and she asked me, she said, Butte College, which is a community college, she said, hey, John, she said, how'd you like to come out and help me out? I don't really know what I'm doing too much. And I said, absolutely. So I went out there, and that's kind of how I got my start. I coached there for 1 year as an assistant, and then I took over the program, and I coached at Butte College for 12 years as the head coach.
Upon arriving at College of the Canyons, Wismath had big shoes to fill, replacing his predecessor, 20-year head coach Ray Whitten, following the 2007 season. Wismath's best season with the Cougars came in 2012, when the Cougars won a state-best 42 games and were named the #1 seed in the Southern California playoffs. But the veteran head coach says it's not the wins and losses, but the impact on the lives of his players that he cares most about.
I don't think about the wins and losses like that. I just think about these girls' success, and being a part of a program that has the opportunity to create that success is huge.
Getting his team to buy into one singular goal, to be better every day, Coach Wismath continues to shape the lives of his players, both on the field and off of it.
We're trying to get them to be great, and I think, with buying into what we're trying to do here in our philosophy, with the coaches and the staff, coaching staff, and just the people around them, to start buying into what we're doing, and I think they have.
Reporting for Cougar Softball, I'm Matthew Frieda. And Coach Wismath continues to show up to the ballpark with the same fire and attention to detail as he's had since day one. We're just moments away from first pitch at Whitten Field, where the Cougars will look to get their first conference win of the season as they square off against LA Mission. You're watching the Cougars pregame softball show. First pitch is coming up next.
Here at IQ, which stands for Institute for Culinary Education at College of the Canyons, we offer 3 certificates: a baking and pastry certificate, a culinary arts certificate, and a wine studies certificate, as well as an associate's degree in the culinary arts. We are an accelerated program, so you can finish between a year and a year and a half. We create a culinary community here at College of the Canyons.
COC's Fire Technology program goes beyond putting out fires.
Our goal here is to provide our students with a competitive advantage in the hiring process.
It was life-changing for me, and it's exactly what I want to do. It's exactly where I want to be, and it's outside of my comfort zone, and it will be outside of your comfort zone, but you just got to do it. You just got to go all in and just full send and do it.
And just a few moments from first pitch, but first the upcoming schedule for the Cougars. After today's game against LA Mission, the Cougars will face off against Cypress College this Saturday, March 19th. Immediately following the conclusion of that one, the Cougars will take on El Camino College, and then we'll head out to Glendale Thursday, March 24th to take on the Vaqueros in a conference matchup. And you can watch all home games streamed on YouTube at College of the Canyons Sports Athletics. And for full schedule and roster information, visit cocathletics.com. And that's going to do it for us here in the studio. For our entire team here, I'm Matt Frieda. Cougars versus LA Mission. First pitch is coming up next. Let's send it out to Whitten Field, where Matt Robinson has the call. Take it away, Matt.
Hi, everybody, and welcome into College of the Canyons as we get you ready for softball here on the Cougar Sports Network. We thank you to Matt Frieda for that nice pregame show as we get you ready for today's matchup between the LA Mission Eagles and the COC Cougars. Starting lineups for today's game, we'll start with the Eagles from LA Mission College. Giselle Ruiz going to get the start and lead off, playing shortstop. Nikki Santa Cruz, the third baseman, batting second. Then Lizbeth Mora, the pitcher, in the 3 spot. Tiara Laporte in the 4 spot, the DP. In the 5 spot is Joanna Jimenez, who's playing second base today. Dariana Duktak batting in the 6th spot, playing right field. Cristabel Alvarado in the 7th spot. Haley Sanchez in the 8th spot. And then Faith Santa Cruz is batting 9th for LA Mission College. Their head coach for the Eagles is Chris Highland, as he leads the Eagles out onto the field. The Cougars will put Samantha Flores in the circle to start today. Flores this year has had some ups and downs as the season has gone on, but has started to get better as the year has continued. A lot of it's been lack of, we'll say, run support at times for Flores, and sometimes just gets herself into trouble. So far this year is 4-3 with an ERA of 5.21 in 10 starts, or in 10 starts. She's got 5 complete games, 44 1/3 innings, has given up 45 hits, 39 runs, And 33 of those earns as she's walked 33 and struck out 32. As we get underway here, leading things off for the Eagles, it'll be Giselle Ruiz. Ruiz this season, 329, 24 hits and 73 at-bats on the year, including 3 doubles and a triple and 11 runs batted in. And she'll stand on the right-hand side of the batter's box as the first pitch from Flores down in the dirt, and we are underway. Flores' second pitch misses up. So behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. That pitch over for a strike. So Flores trying to settle herself in here early on. As we are just underway here. Third game of the conference season for the Cougars this year, who started off the year 0-2, have had a tough, rocky start to the season. In terms of conference play, overall in the year 11-6-1, it's been pretty solid, but lost their opening 2 conference games to Citrus and Bakersfield. Trying to turn things around here today for John Wismath's squad. This one fouled off to the left by Ruiz, and we'll do it again. So as we said, Ruiz hitting 329 on the year. Has been solid out of the leadoff spot this season for the Eagles. She takes that pitch up and away. And the Eagles fired up here early on, trying to get a base runner to start things off here in the first. And a good pitch from Flores sets her down on strikes, 1 away. So the first strike out of the game, first out of the game is Flores able to sit down Ruiz. 1 down, and here comes Nikki Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz on the year, 264 on the season, 14 for 53 with 4 runs batted in. And she faces Flores. We've talked about Flores at times gets herself into trouble as that one popped up in shallow center field. Charging in is Ashlyn Heck. She'll make the catch. 2 down here in the first. And as we were saying, for Flores, it's been kind of sometimes her own design. Too many walks at times this season. We look at the numbers as we said. 32 strikeouts, 31 walks coming into today's game. She's given up 12 extra base hits, or 12 doubles, we should say, 1 triple and 3 home runs. So 16 extra base hits in total. This pitch misses up as she faces Lisbeth Mora here. Mora on the season batting .389, 28 for 72. With 8 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs this season, 20 runs batted in. Mora is certainly dangerous. You certainly like to face her with nobody on, as the Cougars do here in the top half of the first inning. As Mora waits on the pitch from Flores, a changeup that misses away. Flores, when she's been on this year, that changeup has really been the pitch of record for her. It's the one that kind of gets her into a good position as she faces hitters as the game goes on. When she can work that changeup for strikes, it makes it very tough for the opposing hitters to stay on balance. And has kind of been her go-to pitch at times this year. This ball hit foul. So we wait on the 3-2 pitch here to Mora, trying to be very careful with her. Facing her with nobody on, this one fouled away. As Mora waits on the pitch and fouls it off. This one fouled off once again. So Mora battling here with Flores. So this one popped up straight back. And out of place, so we'll do it again. This one hit on the ground towards third. Munoz will pick it up on one hop. And a good inning for Samantha Flores as she sets down the side in order. Fly ball, a ground ball, and a strikeout. We head to the home half of the first. Mission College nothing. Cougars coming up. Home half of the second inning here from Cougar Field, or home half of the first inning, we should say, from Cougar Field, trying to get some of our equipment cleaned up here. The heat is kind of playing some tricks on us today. It's been our first real warm day of the year here in Santa Clarita. Maybe had one a couple of weeks ago against, or in a baseball game, but it's warm here today. Cougars sitting Lisa Motes, Alyssa Silva, Ashlyn Heck, Julia Fuentes, Brianne Tall, then Allison Melgar, Sabrina Engelbrecht, Elizabeth Rowe, and Memory Munoz to the plate as hitters. As Motes is up here facing Mora. This one chopped foul, and Motes will come back and do it again. There's no score here in the bottom of the first. This one hit on the ground towards short. Ruiz can't pick it up cleanly. And Motes, who was rounding first on the throw, was kind of in a dangerous spot, but she's on with a single. So leadoff runner aboard here for the Cougars in the first. And it'll bring Alyssa Silva to the plate. Silva getting the start here today against LA Mission College. Silva this year, .333, 15 for 45 on the season. Has 6 runs batted in. As she'll face Mora. Mora, who's a dual threat, both as a hitter. As that one hits Motes. So Motes is out. The ball is dead. And Silva goes to first base. So just unfortunate that that ball hits Motes. So it's scored as a batted ball hitting the runner. So technically I believe it's runner's interference is how they would score it. And it'll bring Ashlyn Heck to the plate. Heck this year, .443 on the season, 27 for 61. She's been red hot as of late. 5 doubles, 6 triples, and a home run as she hits this one down the line. It's a fair ball into the right field corner. They're going to try and score Silva from first. She will get there, and Heck into third with a triple down the first base line. Hit it perfectly down the line, just inside the bag, and the Cougars are on the board with a triple and a run batted in from Ashlyn Heck. It'll bring back Julia Fuentes, who had missed a couple of games. Certainly happy to have her back in the lineup, batting .340 on the season with a couple of doubles and a couple of triples. And she's got a chance to try and make it 2-0 in favor of the Cougars here in the first as Heck drives home Silva on an RBI triple down the right field line, at a ball perfectly placed just inside the bag. Fuentes hits this one well in the air to center field and deep, and that ball goes off the wall. Heck will score. Fuentes into second base with a double, and the Cougars have a 2-0 lead. So back-to-back extra base hits and RBIs for Heck and Fuentes. And it'll bring in Brianne Tall, who's one of the Cougar athletes of the week this week. Tall, who was impressive over the last 2 weeks' time, has started to see her batting average tick up, now batting .328 on the year, pair of home runs, 2 doubles. Everything else has been the base hit variety. And she's got 19 hits and 58 at bats this season. And Tall this year with 18 runs batted in, leading the team. Part of the reason why she was the Cougar athlete of the week for the women's sports. And as we said, has certainly been one of the hotter hitters in the Cougars lineup as of late. As she goes to work here with a runner on second base, facing Mora. And the first pitch from Mora misses down. This ball hit on the ground towards short. Ruiz picks it up, and she'll throw tall out at first for the second out of the inning. Much better job by Ruiz that time, although the first one is a tough play, especially with Lisa Moats running, who is pretty speedy down the lines. That'll bring Allison Melgar to the plate. Melgar has been the go-to pitcher for the Cougars this year, also plays first base as she grounds the first pitch to third, and she is retired. But the Cougars get two off a triple from Heck and a double from Fuentes. It's 2-0 Canyons as we go to the second inning here from Cougar Field.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Two to nothing Cougars as we go to the second inning here. So Flores, who has not been staked to a lot of leads this year, Cougars generally not helped her out as much as they have Allison Melgar, giving her a 2-0 lead as she'll face Laporte Jimenez and Duke Talk here.
Leading off for the Eagles and batting fourth, number 28, designated player, Laporte.
So we take a look at Laporte this year. Hitting .480 on the season with 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Second on the team in home runs and runs batted in, just behind Lizbeth Mora. As she faces Flores here in the second inning. Cougars with a 2-0 lead. Flores a solid first, trying to follow that up now that she's staked to a lead. Defensively for the Cougars here today, Melgar at first, Silva at second, Rowe the shortstop, Munoz at third, Brianne Tall out in left, Heck in center, Fuentes in right, with Moats behind the dish, working as the battery along with Samantha Flores. As that one hit out into center field for a soft base hit, but the first runner of the day for LA Mission College as Laporte has a single, and that'll bring Joanna Jimenez to the plate with the leadoff runner aboard. Jimenez this year, .339, 20 for 59, with 3 runs batted in on the season.
Attention please, now running for Tia Laporte for the Eagles, number 6, Hazel Altamirano.
Hazel Altamirano in to run for Laporte over at first, as Laporte is the DP, so Altamirano, who's the flex today, going to come in to run for her. So Flores facing her first base runner of the day will face Jimenez here, who's showing bunt immediately. She'll drag it back. The first pitch misses outside. The runner at first, Altamirano, stays put. This one fouled off into the screen as the runner in motion, so it'll set the count at 1-1. for Jimenez this year. Hits in her last 2 games. But just 4 for her last 17, so she's fallen onto a little bit of a struggle here. Batting .339 on the year. For Flores, pitched against Cuesta and picked up a win. Went 3 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits and 4 runs in the ball game, but one of her better outings is this one on the ground towards Memory Munoz. Her throw is high. It pulled Melgar off the bag, but she was able to tag Jimenez out for the first out of the inning. So Jimenez does her job, moves the runner over. 1 away, and Dariana Duktok going to come in. Duktok this year, .224 on the season, 11 for 49 with 9 runs batted in. Chance to try and get LA Mission College on the board. The runner out at second base in Altamirano. Duktok takes the first for a strike. Next pitch, a changeup for a strike. And we talked about with Flores, the ability to throw that changeup is really going to be what determines her length in this game, how far she can go. And she went against Citrus and pitched well, went all 7, gave up just 4 runs, but did not get any run support. That's been a problem for the Cougars so far here early on in the season. This one, a soft grounder towards third. Munoz with a quick throw, snaps the runner out at first. Altamirano reading the throw, going to be able to move up to third. So Duktok moves up Altamirano to third base, but grounds out to third for the second out of the inning. So it'll bring Cristobal Alvarado to the plate, the catcher. Alvarado 200 on the year, 8 for 40 with 6 runs batted in. Chance to try and get LA Mission on the board, but needs a base hit to do it. First pitch from Flores misses. This one hit in the air towards left field. That'll get down for a base hit. So Alvarado with just her 9th hit of the year, but it's an RBI single. And it gets LA Mission College on the board for the first time today. So we lost our scoreboard again. The Heat playing tricks on our gear here today. We apologize for that, trying to get everything dialed back in. This pitch found straight back. Pitch from Flores just misses. Good looking pitch from Flores that time that just did not get the call. So we'll reset on a 1-2 count. This one popped up out of play. So to keep the ball, it counted 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was Alvarado with just her 6th or 7th RBI of the year. Sanchez trying to keep the inning going here. Sanchez 254 on the year, 15 for 59. Pitch on the way, grounded towards first. Melgar will pick it up, and that will end the 2nd inning. LA Mission gets 1, though, on a pair of singles. Leadoff hit from Laporte, and then a 2-out single from Alvarado. As we head to the home half of the 2nd inning, a 2-1 COC lead.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
From the Cougars leading off and batting 7th, number 21, designated player Sabrina Engelbrecht.
So for the Cougars, it'll be the DP Engelbrecht, followed by Rowe and Munoz here in the home half of the 2nd inning. His first pitch swinging as Engelbrecht hits this one in the air towards left, and it goes off of Altamirano's glove and down. So the leadoff runner aboard here in the 2nd for the Cougars. There's an error from Altamirano out and left. Leadoff runner aboard, and Elizabeth Rowe stepping to the plate.
Attention please, now running for Engelbrecht at first base. Number 15, Gabriela Gonzalez.
Gabriela Gonzalez going to come in to run here. Rowe this season does not have a hit in just 5 at-bats on the year. Rowe with a chance to work. Runner in motion on the first pitch. And cut down at second base. On a beautiful throw from Alvarado was Gonzalez. And so the error does not hurt LA Mission. It's Gonzalez thrown out. And we go back to work with nobody on and Rowe at the plate. Rowe 0 for 5 on the year, takes the first pitch. That one misses up. It's a 3-ball, no strike count here to Rowe. This year for Mora, we didn't get a chance to talk about her. This is her 16th appearance of the year and her 12th start of the season. She's gone complete game 10 times this year with 4 shutouts, 79 1/3 innings, 80 hits, 42 runs, just 25 earned, walked 10 and struck out 29, make it walked 11 as she walks Rowe. To bring Memory Munoz to the plate, but Mora has been tough to get runs off of this year. A 2.12 ERA, less than a run an inning against so far this year coming in, or just about a run an inning, as we should say. It's probably 1.1. And less than that on the earned runs side. Only knock on her coming into today's game, 18 extra base hits against, 2 already today. Otherwise, she has been solid, both in the circle and at the plate this year for LA Mission College, as she'll face Memory Munoz here with 1 down. Munoz trying to bunt, and the first pitch bunted foul, so Munoz will come back to the plate. Munoz 250 on the year, 7 hits, 28 at bats, a couple of runs batted in on the season. Again showing bunt, and again bunts it foul. So Munoz will come back and go back to work again in the same spot. This time down to 2 strikes, so I would be hard-pressed to see that Coach Wismath decides to have her bunt here. I don't think he will make her do that with 2 strikes. Instead, she'll get a chance to swing away. So this pitch misses up and away. And so Munoz right back in the count as she takes that pitch for a ball. 2-1 in favor of the Cougars. Canyons with 2 in the first. Munoz hits this one softly on the ground on the right side, and she's just cut down at first as Sanchez had to come over and get it and pitch it back to Jimenez to make the play. So 2 away, and Lisa Moats coming back to the plate. Moats this year 414, a little bit higher than that now. 25 hits and 59 at bats. Chance to go to work here with 2 down and a runner in scoring position. Takes the first pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Moats has been one of the steady leaders at the plate for Canyons this year. She takes that pitch. It's 2 away here in the second. 1-2 count here to Moats as she waits. Pitch misses away. As Rowe leads away from second base. Moats this year just 13 runs batted in. Considering she's been in the leadoff spot, that's 3rd on the team. It's pretty solid. As the Cougars have been very spread in terms of their ability to drive in runs. Heck with 14 this year. Tall with 18. Fuentes with 13. Those 4 have really done a nice job for the Cougar offense this year. This is a 3-2 count now, so Moats trying to keep the inning going with 2 away. A runner out at second base in Rowe. Mora into the line will bring it to the plate. Moats hits this one out in the air to right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Rowe will score. Moats will speed into second with a fly ball double to right field. And the Cougars back to a 2-run lead as Moats trades places, that time with Rowe. Second hit of the ball game for Elisa Moats. She drives in another run, as that'll bring in Alyssa Silva, who last time up hit it hard right towards the second baseman Jimenez, and just bad timing actually hit Moats, who was in motion on the pitch. So first pitch over for a strike. Silva 15 for 46 now on the year. Trying to drive in a run and extend the Cougars' lead as this one hit on the ground towards short. Takes a weird hop off Ruiz. And Silva on. Second inning error of the inning on LA Mission College here, as that one just skips off Ruiz. Took a weird bounce off the dirt. And now the Eagles going to all come to the circle on the infield here and discuss as runners on the corners with Ashlyn Heck at the plate. And Heck has certainly been good. Her, Melgar, Moats, and Fuentes early on in the year, you can add Tall into that mix as well, have been the steadiest of the steady for the Cougars.
Number 13, center fielder.
Heck, 443 on the year. Already has a triple in the ball game. That's her 7th triple of the season. 13 extra base hits on the year for her. Now 15 runs batted in, as we forgot to add an RBI for her when we were looking at the stats. The slugging percentage is incredible right now, up over 780. She just has been driving the baseball, and that's why she's moved down in the lineup a little bit, but down in a good way. She's moved down from the 2 spot to the 3 spot, as John Wismath, in his 15th season as the head coach of the Cougars, opting to try and get his best bat in the best spot to try and drive in runs. And certainly throughout history, your 3-hitter is most often your best hitter in the lineup. Is Silva going to be down to second base with a defensive indifference play? That pitch misses up. Is Heck able to take it? It's a 3-ball, no strikes count here, as Mora, who has not yielded a lot of runs this year, has yielded 3 in the ball game and in danger of yielding a few more here should Heck be able to drive one. Otherwise, it'll bring up Julia Fuentes, who's got a double in the ball game with the bases loaded and 2 away. 3-0 pitch, misses away. Heck works a walk. Second walk of the day issued by Mora.
Number 8, right fielder, Julia Fuentes.
And that'll bring Julia Fuentes back to the plate. As we said, it's been nice to have Fuentes back in the lineup. Missed a couple of games with a little bit of an injury, but has slotted back in. Fuentes this year, as we said, 13 runs batted in. Does not have a home run. Has a couple of doubles, now 3 doubles and 2 triples on the season. That pitch over for a strike. Fuentes did not play in the Riverside series and didn't play the opening game of conference against Citrus. Since coming back, has had a couple of hits in 9 at-bats. Coming into the game today, obviously we'll say 3 and 10 now, so 300 since coming back. It's been up and down at times this year, but certainly is really been a dangerous bat in the lineup. One point in the game, or this year, 4-hit game against Cyprus and a 15-11 Cougar win as she rips that one to center field. A one-hopper off the wall. 2 runs will score. They're going to try and score Heck from first. The throw up the third base line is wide. Heck scores easily. A bases clearing double for Julia Fuentes. And the Cougars have busted it open to a 6-1 lead. So second double of the game for Fuentes. She drives in 3. And Brianne Tall will come to the plate. So the Cougars 2 in the first, 4 here in the second. And still hitting with 2 away, and Brianne Tall at the plate. Tall, first pitch swinging, fouls it away. tall. Just 4 multi-hit games on the year. Went 0 for 3 against Bakersfield and 0 for 3 against Citrus, so 0 for 4 so far in conference play, or 0 for 7 so far in conference play. She waves at that one, got way out in front. Nikki Santa Cruz will pick it up and throw her out, so hit in conference play. We'll have to wait one more at bat for Brianne Tall as she grounds to third to end the inning, but the Cougars get 4. They have a 6-1 lead as we head to the third here from Whitten Field.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
To the top of the third, leading off for the Eagles and batting ninth, number 2, center fielder Faith De La Cruz. Direction, Santa Cruz.
I'm gonna try some other teams. They're like, no, we already ordered a uniform and everything. And my wife talked me into it, but I wanted to go try it with you guys. Yeah, I like that you guys had intense practices because we played you guys.
Faith Santa Cruz, Giselle Ruiz, and Nikki Santa Cruz due up here for the Eagles in their half of the third inning, trailing by 5. Faith 268 on the year, 11 for 41. As she steps in trying to get the leadoff runner aboard here for LA Mission College. Faith this year has only had a pair of 2-hit games. Had 2 hits against Saddleback, 2 hits against Santa Barbara. Just 1 for her last 9 as she steps in here to face Flores. Pitch over for a strike makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike. So this one popped up on the infield. Rowe camped under it, will make the catch. 1 away.
Number 44, shortstop Giselle Ruiz.
So here comes Giselle Ruiz, who struck out to lead the game off. First pitch swinging, hits this one foul up the third base line. Ruiz had a 3-game hitting streak before snapping it, going 0 for 4 against Chafee on the 15th. Before that was having a pretty good little 3-game stretch. 6 hits over those 3 games. 6 for 11, starting with the Ventura game, and then 3 for 3 against Bakersfield, and 2 for 4 against Pasadena City College. One point in the season had a 7-game hitting streak from February 4th to February 17th. She reaches out and chops that one right back to the mound. Flores makes a nice play. She picks it up. Or I should say the circle, not the mound. Baseball getting the better of me there. 2 down here in the third.
Number 34, first baseman Nikki Santa Cruz.
That'll bring Nikki Santa Cruz back to the plate. 0 for 1 flew out to center field in her only at bat. Pitch to Santa Cruz misses down, so Flores behind once again, 2 balls and no strikes. But Sam's been comfortable so far here today, has not had a lot of pressure against. This one hit in the air towards center field. Heck started over her right shoulder, drifts back over her left shoulder and makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. So 1-2-3 inning for Flores here in the third. It's a 6-1 Cougar lead as we head to the home half here from Whitten Field.
COC's fire technology program goes beyond putting out fires.
Our goal here is to provide our students with a competitive advantage in the hiring process.
It was life-changing for me, and it's exactly what I want to do. It's exactly where I want to be, and it's outside of my comfort zone, and it will be outside of your comfort zone, but you just got to do it. You just got to go all in and just full send and do it.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Home half of the third we go, 6-1 in favor of the Cougars. Real quick before we get started, the Moats family wants to say hi to Ron watching here on the Cougar Sports Network. We want to say thank you for joining us as well. We always appreciate you watching. Glad somebody out there is listening and watching along. So thank you for joining us as we go back to work. You picked a good one to pick up as the Cougars leading 6-1 right now. As it'll be Melgar, Engelbrecht, and Rowe to go in the third for the Cougars against Mora, who stays out in the circle. Melgar, who's really been the go-to arm for the Cougars this year, has started to find her bat in multiple hit games. Had 3 straight 2 or more hit games to open the season, and now has had 3 in a row, including a 2-hit game against Bakersfield, a couple of multi-hit games, and a doubleheader against Cuesta on March 12th. Leading things off here in the third inning. Melgar now on a 3-game hitting streak, and it's been a red-hot 3-game hitting streak. Seven for her last 12, including today, as she rips that one to left field, but drifting back, Altamirano going to be able to make the catch. One away here in the home half of the third inning. Melgar hit it hard. You can see dialed in, just didn't quite get enough of it to get it over the head. Get it over the head of the left fielder, Altamirano. Engelbrecht, who was run for after reaching on an error in the first, will be hit for here by Gonzalez. And actually that was in the second, this is the third. So Gonzalez, who was caught stealing, stays in the ball game, batting .364 on the year, 4 for 11. So Gonzalez taking over here in the third. Takes that pitch down, and she's way ahead 3-0. The 3-0 pitch over for a strike. Gonzalez taking the whole way. So we wait on the 3-1. 6-1 in favor of the Cougars as she takes that one off the hands and pulls it foul. Probably would have been ball 4, looked in off the plate. A good pitch that time from Mora. So that's the pitch a lot of softball pitchers like to try and perfect. That one right underneath the elbows on the inner half of the plate. It's a tough pitch to lay off, and it's a tough pitch to do anything with. It's Gonzalez down on strikes. 2 away. First strikeout of the ball game for Mora.
Number 14, shortstop Elizabeth Rowe.
And it'll bring Elizabeth Rowe, who walked and scored in the second inning, back to the plate. And that's why you throw that inside pitch that time from Mora, as it sets up the outer half. Gonzalez may be thinking she's going to come right back in on the hands. Instead decided to go away and set her down. Rowe, first pitch swinging, pops it up softly towards the second baseman, and that'll end the inning. So the Cougars go 1-2-3 here in the third. No runs, no hits, nobody left. It's a 6-1 lead as we go to the fourth inning here from Whitten Field.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Boy, the Moats family just has people watching everywhere today. Sadie in Tennessee watching as well, saying hi to her as well. Thank you for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. I call it the Moats Sports Network here soon with how many of the family and friends are watching. We do appreciate it, though. We thank you for joining us. As we go back to work here in the fourth inning, Cougars with a 6-1 lead. Didn't give you time and temp at first pitch. First pitch was right at 2:30. Temperature right about 74 degrees. Absolutely gorgeous here. Perfectly sunny out in Southern California, which you live out here in SoCal. 300 days out of the year, probably going to be sunny, maybe even more. Not much wind to speak of today, just a little bit. And it's kind of swirling around at the moment. Flags are pretty dead still, but it's coming out of the, we'll say northeast at times. Actually, it's kind of swirling around. They say about 5 miles an hour out of the southwest, so it's really swirling. We can't really tell. A beautiful day for softball nonetheless. As here's Mara, who grounded to third in her only at bat so far in the ball game. Mora lifts this one in the air to left field and deep. Tall going back to the fence. Not going to be able to make the catch. A solo home run for Elizabeth Mora here in the fourth. Cuts the lead down to 4. And for Mora, her 5th home run of the year. And you can see why she's a very dangerous bat at the plate. But you know what? You pitch to her solo and you'll take it. It hurts, but it doesn't hurt as bad as it could with runners on. So it's 6-2. And Tari Laporte will come in. Laporte, another dangerous hitter at the plate. Laporte this year with 3 home runs. Riding a 7-game hitting streak at the moment. And it's been a pretty solid 7-game hitting streak as well. $15 hits during those 7 games. Talking about 15 for 26 in that time. And making an 8-game hitting streak, actually, so you can make it 16 for 27 as she's got a hit here in the ball game. She takes that one for a strike, makes the count 1-2. So we look for Mora, her second home run in 3 games, just a few moments ago. And her 5th now of the year. As Laporte grounds this towards third. Munoz picks it up, throws her out at first. 1 away here in the 4th. Munoz has been busy over at the hot corner today. 4th ground ball to her.
Number 31, second baseman, Joanna Jimenez.
That'll bring Joanna Jimenez to the plate, 0 for 1 today. Jimenez on a 2-game hitting streak, 2 hits in her last 7 at-bats. She swings and slaps this one right back to the pitcher's mound. Nice play from Flores to pick it up. She was kind of falling towards the third base line, reached down with her glove, picked it up, and was able to throw out Jimenez for the 2nd out of the inning.
Right fielder, Dariana Duktok.
As Dariana Duktok will come in. Grounded to third her last time up as well. Flores outside of the couple of hits in the 2nd inning, and the home run to lead off here in the 4th has been solid. Those have been the only 3 base runners in the ball game. The hit from Laporte in the 2nd, the hit from Alvarado in the 2nd, and the home run from Mora here in the 4th. Set down 11 of 14 so far in the ball game. Danger of walking Duktok here with 2 away. Gets that one over for a strike. For the Cougars, wins in 11 of their last 14. 2 of those losses, though, have come in conference play. It's been a tough start to the conference season for the Cougars, as the Western States Conference East Division very good this year. As you look, a number of top 25 games coming up. Of course, Bakersfield in the top 25. Long Beach, Palomar both in the top 25, although those aren't conference games, but lots of good conference teams, lots of good non-conference teams to go against. This one softly hit behind the third base bag. Munoz will make the catch. And that will end the top half of the 4th inning. So Flores is set down 12 of the first 15 she's faced here in the ball game. Cougars have a 6-2 lead as we head to the home half of the 4th here from Whitten Field.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Home half of the 4th we go. Cougars with a 4-run lead at 6-2. It'll be Memory Munoz to lead things off, then the top of the order remotes, Silva and Heck. Potential scheduled hitters.
Leading off for the Cougars, number 17, third baseman, Memory
Munoz grounded at first last time up. So the Cougars, 11 of 14 have been wins. They lost their opening 2 games of the conference schedule. The offense, though, in non-conference games has been very good this year. Top 30 in the state in most offensive metrics on the season for College of the Canyons. As you look, 117 runs coming into today's game, which is 28th best. Some defensive changes here. So we know Sanchez is in right field. believe Laporte now at first. So we go back to work. Mora still in the circle. Munoz at the plate, fouls the first pitch back to the screen. As we were talking about the Cougars, there were some defensive changes. We'll try and get them for you here. 17th in extra base hits this year, as they had 52 coming into today's game, and you look, already 3 in the ball game here today. "17 triples now. That's best in the state of California. As Munoz hits that one in the air towards center field, charging in and making the catch was Faith Santa Cruz. One away here in the home half of the 4th. The offense this year for the Cougars has been very good. 43 stolen bases, which is 9th best. A lot of them coming from Lisa Moats, who's in at the plate right now. Moats and Heck each with 8 stolen bases on the year. So Moats goes to work. So it's just Sanchez and Laporte that are the defensive changes. Duke Talk comes out of the game. Sanchez goes under right field. Laporte goes to first base. Moats ahead 2-1 here. This one lined towards the shortstop in a nice play by Ruiz. 2 away.
Number 4, second baseman, Alyssa Silva.
Bring Alyssa Silva to the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice, reached on an error, scored twice in the ball game. So here's Silva at the plate. So this one hit down the third base line, a fair ball. Silva into second, and they'll say stay at second. She's going to try for third, runs right through the stop sign from John Wismath, says, I got this, coach. That ball's in front of me. She's into third with a triple. And with 2 away, the Cougars with the runner in scoring position.
Number 13, center fielder Ashlyn Heck.
And that's a play that it's on the runner at that point, really. I know Wismath calling for Silva to stay, but that ball's in front of Silva. She reads it well, knew the throw needed to be perfect to get her, and Altamirano's throw misses down. And so now Heck, who's got a triple and a walk with a run batted in, stepping in with 2 away here in the 4th inning. Swings at the first pitch, lines it out into left field for a base hit. That'll bring home another run. So the Cougars back to a 5-run lead. Second RBI of the ball game for Ashlyn Heck. Second hit of the ball game for Ashlyn Heck, as Silva scores for the 3rd time. And it's 7-2 in favor of the Cougars here in the 4th.
Right fielder Julia Fuentes.
It's Julia Fuentes. Fuentes has had a monster game so far. 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles and 4 runs batted in. And she smoked the ball twice off the center field wall. Came up just short of a home run in the first inning. In the second inning, hit a one-hopper to the wall as Heck in motion on the pitch, diving head first into second base. As a stolen base for Ashlyn Heck. It's a small play on that, but Fuentes, I should say, knowing Heck is in motion on the pitch, just casually waves to protect her runner and make it a little bit tougher on Alvarado, who's flashed a strong arm so far today, already having caught one runner. And it gives Heck just an extra half a step of an advantage. And that's all really Ashlyn Heck needs. That's her 9th stolen base of the year. So it's a 1-1 count here to Fuentes, who steps in after taking the changeup down. It's 2 away, a 7-2 Cougar lead here in the 4th inning. Fuentes this time softly hits it to the first base side. Laporte over at first will make the catch. The Cougars get one off the single from Heck after the triple from Silva with 2 away, and we head to the 5th inning. 5-run Cougar lead.
Top of the 5th, leading off for Mission, number 99, catcher Chris Alvarado.
So it'll be Alvarado, Sanchez, and Faith St. Cruz due up here in the 5th inning for LA Mission. Trailing by 5. It's a 7-2 lead. Good first pitch from Flores that time, in on the hands for a strike. As a 5-run lead, Cougars here in the 5th. Alvarado singled and drove in one of the only 2 runs of the ball game. First run of the ball game for LA Mission back in the 2nd. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Flores again has been solid. 12 of the first 15 faced have been set down. This is one of her better outings of the year. And don't get me wrong, Sam's pitched well, has just gotten herself into trouble at times with too many walks, but has settled herself in here today nicely as that one hit foul. And has started to really come on late in the year, or midway through the year. Over the first few games of the season, was giving up just too many walks, too many runs really in ball games. Against Cerritos here in the second game of doubleheader, gave up 8 runs and walked 8 in the ball game, and that's really what got her in trouble. Has had multiple games with 5 or 4 more walks in a ball game, but has looked much more comfortable here today as it's a 2-2 count. A lot of that comes from the ability to work the changeup in there. She waits on the 2-2. And that time comes with a pitch on the outer half for a strike. Swung on and missed by Alvarado. Just the 2nd strikeout of the ball game for Flores. 1 down here in the 5th inning. So 1 away, Haley Sanchez, who grounded to first last time up, coming to the plate. Sanchez first pitch, softly hits it up the first base line and foul. That one in off the hands, fouled away. It makes nothing in 2 count. That's a good pitch from Flores that time. Right in near the top of the zone, up off the hands. And again, we talked about that being a pitch that softball pitchers like to try and perfect. The batter's box not very large, as the field not excessively large as well, just 60-foot baselines. So hitters are pretty much on top of the plate no matter where they stand in the batter's box. You can get a little further away if you stand in the back corner, but everybody kind of in a different spot. And certainly if you see a hitter up on the plate, that pitch up in on the hands is such a hard one to hit, especially if you can throw a rise there, as that time a changeup fouled away. Just fighting it off was Sanchez. But Flores has really worked that pitch in well today. Seen her throw it a few times. Flores with the mask on. In the circle, looks down at the wristband as the pitch called out from the dugout. She'll come with the pitch, and this one hit in the air towards left field. Tall, who's positioned perfectly, will run in and make an easy catch for the second out here, the 5th inning. Two down, and Faith Santa Cruz coming in. Santa Cruz 0 for 1, popped out on the infield to the shortstop row. It's time called, so Flores had kind of walked back out behind the circle, and the hitter at the plate, Santa Cruz, said, I'm going to step out and get time here and make her work on my time. As Flores now back to work on the rubber, ready to go. First pitch on the inside, just misses. On a fastball just under the hands. And she falls behind the 9 hitter here in Faith Santa Cruz with 2 away in the 5th inning. Clouds starting to move in here a little bit. It was perfectly sunny not 5 minutes ago. Now the wind is all of a sudden picked up here in Santa Clarita, kind of swirling around. The flag's starting to blow out towards center field a bit as the wind listed out of the south-southwest, so make things a little more interesting as the day goes on. It's that pitch from Flores on the corner for a strike. It's the 2-1 pitch, missed down. So Flores behind here 3-1. It's only walked 1 batter so far today. Just faced 3 over the minimum. That's her second walk issued as a 2-out walk. Given up to the 9 hitter Santa Cruz. And actually that's correct. That's just her first walk issued of the ball game. So pretty solid from Flores, who's had trouble in the walk department this year, over 30 walks on the season. Falls behind to start here against Ruiz, who grounded back to the pitcher and struck out, is 0 for 2. Good pitch that time from Flores. Moat's trying to back pick behind Santa Cruz, not going to get her. That's a solid pitcher's pitch from Flores that time on the outer half. Evens the count here at 1-1. Ruiz hits that one in the air towards right. Fuentes out there positioned nicely will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So a walk, pair of flyouts, and a strikeout. No runs, no hits. 1 left at the end of 4 1/2. 7-2 in favor of College of the Canyons.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Here at IQ, which stands for Institute for Culinary Education at College of the Canyons, we offer 3 certificates: a baking and pastry certificate, a culinary arts certificate, and a wine studies certificate, as well as an associate's degree in the culinary arts. We are an accelerated program, so you can finish between a year and a year and a half. We create a culinary community here at College of the Canyons.
Bottom half of the 5th we go. Cougars with a 5-2 lead. It'll be Brianne Tall, Allison Melgar, and Gabriela Gonzalez, the scheduled hitters, to face Mora here in the 5th. Mora hasn't pitched bad, has just had a lot of traffic on. And she's given up big hits at inopportune times. The Cougars have capitalized. So far has given up 4 extra base hits in the ball game, a couple of triples and a couple of doubles. As here's Brianne Tall trying to find her first hit of conference play, is 0 for 7 so far in 2+ conference games, facing Moore, leading things off here in the 5th inning. Tall takes a strike, and I think for Bree, just a little bit of struggle right now, maybe in her own head, after having such a good little section of the season just before conference play. And it's just kind of lost a little bit of focus, but trying to get it back here. She takes that pitch down and gets herself into a 1-1 count. And it's not as though she's really had a lot of trouble, just as troubled in conference play for some reason. That one on the ground towards third, picked up by Nikki Santa Cruz. And so Tall 0 for 3, and that's been kind of the struggle there in the conference games so far this year for Tall. That last pitch, a prime example, just kind of reaching, fighting things a little bit more than maybe she was at times. Did have 4 hits against Cuesta just 3 games ago, but pressing a little bit here today, is 0 for 3 with 3 soft groundouts. And here comes Melgar. Takes a strike. Melgar, as we said, riding a 3-game hitting streak, trying to stretch it to 4, is grounded out and popped out. And she lines that one out into left center field for a base hit. That'll get back to the wall. Melgar is going to stretch it to a double. And a 1-out base runner for the Cougars here is a double for Allie Melgar. Stretches her hitting streak to 4 games now. And again, Melgar, who's just really found it as of late, rips that one. Second ball today that Melgar has hit hard. One time just ended up hitting it where the left fielder Altamirano could get to. So they're going to run for Melgar here. They're going to opt for some speed, as Melgar not the most fleet of foot on the roster. And Allie knows it. She's not one to tell you she's going to speed and steal any bases. So they bring in Vanessa Reyes to run for her, although Melgar has stolen a few this year. Engelbrecht coming back in to run. Or to hit, excuse me. So Engelbrecht hitting again as she re-enters here in the 5th. So Gonzalez 0 for 1 and caught stealing today, has concluded her day. Engelbrecht reached on an error. Reyes out at second running. Engelbrecht rips this one down the third base line, just inside the line for a fair ball. She's into second base with a double as she trades places with Reyes. And the Cougars add one here in the 5th on back-to-back doubles from Melgar and Engelbrecht. And pinch hitter here for Elizabeth Rowe, it looks like. Looks like Mackenzie Gardette going to get a chance to hit here, as it's going to be a pitching change for LA Mission College, as Mora is going to head out. And Dariana Duktak, who was the right fielder to open the game, had to go into the dugout to get warmed up, and she'll take over when we come back here on the Cougar Sports Network.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments, time with friends, lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
So lots of changes here. So Mackenzie Garnett going to come in to hit in the 5th inning. Now pitching for LA Mission College, as we said, is Duktak, and running at second base is Valerie Ramirez, as she will take over for Engelbrecht, who's 1 for 2 today, and that's the second time Engelbrecht has come out, so that'll end her day. Garnett this year, 0 for 8 on the season. Getting to hit. Duktak this season, this will be her 12th appearance. 56 and 2/3 innings, has given up 31 runs, 25 of them earned. 23 strikeouts and 7 walks, as Gardette fights that one off and stays alive. Duktak a 3.09 ERA on the season. As she's ahead in the count 1-2 with 1 away and a runner on second base. As Gardette hitting for just the 9th time this year. She grounds this one towards the shortstop, and they will say there was no contact made between the shortstop and Ramirez. The ball didn't hit Ramirez, and that's going to, I would say, rightfully bring out the LA Mission head coach and Chris Highland, as he wants to talk with the field umpire and ask. I mean, it was close. I'm not sure Ramirez made contact, and I'm not sure Ramirez left the base path, so she's entitled to the base path. And it makes it a tough play for Ruiz, as Ruiz kind of screened out, didn't see it. Ball never hit Ramirez, and I think that's the argument right now. Did she make contact? Did she go out of her way? Home plate umpire and the field umpire are going to talk about it here. So for now, it's runners on the corners with 1 away. So they say safe. So Chris Highland doesn't get the call he wants. So Gardette on. It's tough to score that an error on Ruiz, but unofficially we will. So to bring Memory Munoz to the plate. Of course, remember, when I score, it's not necessarily the score of record, but I'm going to give it an error because it was a play that could have been made, and had she charged the ball, she would have made contact with Ramirez, and that would have changed the whole outlook on the play. So runners on the corners here. Gardette at first. Ramirez at third. Munoz, who's 0 for 2 at the plate with one away. As she hits this one softly on the ground towards the third baseman. Picked up by Santa Cruz. Throws out Munoz, but she drives a run across. As scoring from third is Ramirez. So it's a 7-run lead here for the Cougars in the 5th. And now with a runner on second base. And Lisa Moats at the plate. And potentially making an 8-run ball game here in the 5th. So you're talking here for Lisa Moats. A base hit puts this ball game away. There's a runner on second base and a 7-run lead in the 5th. That pitch misses down, and Lisa in a hitter's count here. 2 balls and no strikes. Chance for the Cougars to pick up their first conference win and put this one in the books. You've got the right group coming up here, and Moats, Silva, and Heck. Moats, who's got a single and a double, 2 for 3 today, takes a strike, nods her head, says, yeah, that was a good pitch, but not one I can do anything with. We'll come back in with a 2-1 count. Gardette at second base. 2 away here, so moving on contact. That one a strike. Borderline, but it'll even the count at 2-2. Moats not phased by it. We'll go to work in a battle here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a 7-run ball game here in the 5th inning. Cougars trying to put it away. Duke Tuck trying to keep it alive. That one missed just away. And so the count now full. So a 3-2 count to Moats. She takes the 3-2 pitch up and away. And that's ball 4. little delay on everybody moving. So it'll bring in Alyssa Silva, who's been on all 3 times today. Tripled, reached on an error, and hit into a fielder's choice, but has scored 3 times. And now with 2 runners on, really the run at second base is the only one that matters at this point, as the first ball grounded towards second, picked up by the second baseman, and just able to get Silva at first. As Jimenez dropped it, picked it up, threw her out. So the Cougars have a 7-run lead as we head to the 6th inning here from Whitten Field.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Top half of the 6th we go. Cougars with a 7-run lead. It's going to be Santa Cruz, Mora, and Laporte due up. Santa Cruz 0 for 2, a pair of flyouts in the ball game. So we're in the 6th. Cougars had a chance to put it away with 2 on and 2 out in the 5th, making an 8-run after 5 game, give it a run rule victory, but couldn't put it away, so we'll work in the 6th here. 9-2 in favor of COCs. That pitch floats up. So Flores behind 2 balls and no strikes. Melger and Rowe both re-entered, by the way. That pitch misses just up from Flores, so she's behind 3-0 here. Flores was retired 12 of 16 in the ball game. Excuse me, I should redo my math. 16 of 20 in the ball game. Make it 16 of 21 through 6. So 5 over the minimum so far. Second walk issued, leadoff runner aboard, and now you face Lisbeth Mora with 1 on and nobody out here in the 6th inning. It's nice to have that 7-run cushion, but Mora, who's already got a solo home run in the ball game, certainly a dangerous hitter, can change the complexion real quick here with 1 swing of the bat. First pitch over for a strike. Santa Cruz stays put at first base. For Nikki Santa Cruz this year has not attempted a stolen base this season. So the wind has changed, wind blowing out now. Mora pops this one up back of first base in foul ground, and it'll actually get over the fence into the bullpen and out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes with a runner on first base here in the 6th inning. Two-0 pitch, setting up, misses away. Flores, you want to be aggressive here, as you do have a 7-run lead, and you've been aggressive all game long, and it's worked out, but not too aggressive to where you burn yourself. As she gets more to ground that to third. Munoz to second for 1, on to first for a 5-4-3 double play. 2 down here in the 6th inning. Smartly turned by the Cougars. As Munoz to Silva and Melgar. And Laporte coming in. So a beautiful pitch from Flores, and that's why you talk about you want to be aggressive but not too aggressive, and that was a well-executed pitch on the outer half that Mora had to protect with, was trying to just fight it off, and instead pulled it right to the third baseman, Memory Munoz. And it results in the 5-4-3 double play. So 2 quick outs here in the 6th. Laporte, who's got a single, 1 for 2, waves at a changeup. Really nice changeup from Flores again. And that has been the change for her as of late. The off-speed pitch has really started to find the zone, and she's mixed it in really well. Doesn't have a heavy rise. Comes with some good speed in the fastball, but has a tendency to lose it down, as she does right there. Makes it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. But that changeup has completely changed her look in the circle this year. She comes back to work on a 2-2 pitch. That one smoked towards third under the glove of Munoz for a base hit for Laporte. Her second hit of the ball game. Munoz got a glove on it, but it was hit pretty hard. And a tough play for the third baseman at the hot corner. They're going to run for Laporte here, as Altamirano, the flex, going to come back in to run. Laporte, who was the DP, is now the first baseman. So Altamirano back into run. There's an 0-1 count here to the hitter Jimenez. Flores missed on that pitch down. So go back to work here on the 1-1 count. 2 away here in the 6th inning. That one just missed down. Good pitch from Flores at the knees, just didn't get the call. Good changeup that time from Flores, and she knocks it down as it's hit right back to her. 3rd time today. Flores has fielded her position nicely as she sets down Jimenez for the 3rd time today. 3rd out here, the 6th. Cougars still with a 7-run lead. We head to the home half of the 6th inning here from Whitten Field.
I love emergency medicine. You're there at these people's worst time of their life, and you're there to make it a little bit better.
The EMT program at COC is a 1-semester program. Over the course of it, the EMT students will learn the textbook knowledge they need, practical hands-on skills that they're going to need working out on an ambulance or in a hospital or whatever setting they decide to work.
People are constantly hiring. There's always a need for first responders. When I graduated from this program, I got a job within a month.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
Heck, Fuentes, and Tall here due up. That one fouled right off of Heck's ankle, and she's in a little bit of discomfort here, so she'll hop back up, says she's okay. And Ashland, she's one of the toughest ball players we have out here. She cracks us up all the time. Always in a good mood, too. And she'll walk it off here. As Heck hits this one in the air towards left field. Playable for Altamirano. She'll make the catch. First time Heck retired today. One down here in the 6th inning. And here comes Julia Fuentes. Here's Fuentes, 2 for 3 today. Couple of doubles, 4 runs batted in. A base hit right now would go a long way to try and get this one over. Cougars don't want to go to the 7th if they can avoid it, leading by 7 right now in the 6th inning. But with the way Flores has pitched today, you have that option right now if you don't put anything up. She's pitched really well, and you also have Ali Melgar sitting there ready to try and close anything out if you need her. Fuentes takes that one down. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count here to Fuentes, so base runner will go a long way for the Cougars here. Fuentes also with a lot of speed, and with Tall, who's been struggling coming up, you think it's a good little section here. Fuentes just chops this one in front of the mound. Both the pitcher and the catcher in Duktak and Alvarado kind of have some miscommunication. And Fuentes down to first with an infield single. So here comes Brianne Tall. Tall 0 for 3. Now would be a great time for a hit here. We'll see if Fuentes goes in motion. Fuentes this year, 3 stolen bases in 4 attempts. Wouldn't be shocked to see her move here, as Coach Wismath likes to be aggressive. She'll stay put on the first pitch, and it misses down to Tall. Tall 0 for 3. Cougar Athlete of the Week for the women's sports group. Trying to find a base hit right now. Takes that pitch down, and she's ahead in the count here. 2 balls and no strikes. Takes that pitch over for a strike on the outer half. Good pitch that time from Duktak. It's a 7-run ball game here in the 6th. Cougars with 2 runs in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. And we're maybe a hit away from ending the ball game in 5, and now a hit away from ending the ball game here in 6. As that one gets away from the catcher Alvarado, so Fuentes down to second base. And with 1 out and a 3-1 count, Brianne Tall will go back to work. Takes that pitch down, so Tall works a walk. It'll put runners on first and second here for the Cougars. Puts the double play back in order for LA Mission, but Melgar has hit the ball hard twice in 3 at-bats. Only has 1 hit to show for it, a double. A base hit here, though, would challenge the LA Mission defense as Fuentes runs well. So Melgar waiting here. That pitch gets away from the catcher Alvarado, and now just a deep fly ball will put this one in the books for the Cougars. And certainly the right hitter here in Melgar. Chris Hyland going to go out to talk to the Eagles here, especially Duktok at the mound, or in the circle, and Alvarado behind the dish is a base hit over at the baseball game. And it looks like a home run by the Cougars as we look back over our right shoulder. It looks like a 2-run shot, maybe for Mikey Kane. I can't tell who it is. It might have been Taft and Hensley. But either way, a 2-run shot for the Cougars over on the baseball field. We'll try and see if we can get you a score update. I'm not sure if we will. But here at the softball field, the Cougars trying to put this one away. That pitch misses up. So a big spot here for Melgar. Game-winning run at third base. A deep fly ball with one out would put it away. Melgar takes that pitch away. And she's way ahead here. So 3 balls, no strikes. And it's just a 4-pitch walk here, so they just put Melgar on, rather not deal with her. And the Cougars will send Valerie Ramirez to the plate, 265 hitter. Cougars with a 3-1 lead over at the baseball field after the home run a few moments ago. Ramirez hitting here in the 6th with the bases loaded. 1 out. Cougars with the game-winning run just 60 feet away. As Ramirez takes that one for a strike. And she's behind in the count, 0-2. LA Mission infield is in as they need to cut the run down at the plate or pick up a double play. Outfield is pretty shallow as well. Ramirez down on strikes is a good pitch from Duktok. Sets her down. 2 away. And it'll bring Elizabeth Rowe back to the plate. Rowe walked, popped out. She'll hit here with the bases loaded. Base hit puts it away. Infield moves back to normal depth. Rowe swings, hits the first pitch out into right field. Drifting over and making the catch out in center. Right center was Faith Santa Cruz. The Cougars leave the bases loaded, but they go to the 7th with a 7-run lead. And a chance to try and close it out here from Whitten Field.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
So we go to the 7th here. Flores still out there. Beyonce Uribe going to hit here in the 7th inning. Uribe this season, 250 on the year, 5 for 20 as she hits in place of Duktak. Swung on and missed. Good pitch from Flores. Evens the count at 1-1. Flores has been solid, as we said. Has only faced 5 over the minimum today. Actually 6 over the minimum as we retotal here. Trying to go the full way and close this one out. Get the Cougars their first conference win of the year. Get them right back quickly in the hunt for the conference title, although early on in the season. That one misses just down. Really good pitch from Flores that time. And it's 3 balls and 1 strike here facing Uribe, with Alvarado in the on-deck circle. That ball hit out in the air towards left field. Tall drifting back. Not going to get it as it goes off the wall. Gets around Tall. Uribe into second with a double. Leadoff runner aboard here for LA Mission. Uribe drives one hard. Out into left. And now Alvarado to the plate, and Ali Melgar, who was at first, I think going to take over here for Sam Flores. Sammy with a solid day, though. Said just 7 over the minimum today. He's only given up 4 hits in the ballgame and 2 walks. Sorry, 5 hits in the ballgame and 2 walks, but a pretty solid outing from her. Goes 6+. She's responsible for the runner at second as Ali Melgar will take over. We come back here on the Cougar Sports Network. So nobody out, a runner on second base as Alvarado steps in to face Melgar. As we come back in here in the 7th inning on the Cougar Sports Network. A 7-run Cougar lead, 9-2. Melgar this year, going to be her 14th appearance of the season. She's 7-3 this year with a 1.39 ERA. 70 and a third innings pitched, has given up 52 hits, 27 runs, 14 of those earned, 50 strikeouts and 25 walks. So a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. As she falls behind here to Alvarado, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout for the ball game today. So Melgar trying to finish it off. First 0-1 pitch hit just out into center field for a base hit. The runner at second, Uribe, had to hold. So Alvarado with a base hit, her second of the ball game. Runners on the corners here for LA Mission College with nobody out. And Haley Sanchez coming to the plate. Sanchez 0 for 2, grounded to first and popped out to left. Melgar, good pitch in on the hands, and Alvarado just a better job to get enough of it to fight it out to center field for the base hit. Melgar with a good fastball, has a bit of a rise ball. Doesn't really mix in the off speed very much, really just pitches with power as she gets that one to chop towards Flores, who will just run forward and tag the runner out for the first out of the inning. So it'll pick up an out, which is all the Cougars really need right now are outs. Sanchez is out for the first out of the inning. Alvarado down to second base, and Faith Santa Cruz, who's 0 for 1 stepping in. So Melgar gets one of the 3 needed. Comes with a fastball, misses just inside. That's a really good pitch from Melgar. And that time comes with a changeup, and it's not one that's thrown a lot from Ali. As like you said, more of a power pitcher than a finesse pitcher. Has a good rise, has a good drop, and a solid fastball as well. Drop that time, misses away. Two balls and one strike here to Santa Cruz, who's walked once today. That pitch lined right at Chris Hyland, who kind of got knocked backwards, has a laugh, and fires it back into Melgar as a 2-2 count. Got some hoots and hollers from his own side. Said, come on, coach, make the play. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Melgar looks at the wrist sleeve and goes to work. A 2-2 pitch grounded towards the shortstop row, who picked it up but dropped it, lost it out of her hands. But everybody stays put, so the base is now loaded here. Does put the double play in order, and here's Giselle Ruiz, who's struck out, grounded out, and popped out 0 for 3 today, hitting here in the 7th with the bases loaded. So now you ask Melgar to pitch in a big spot here. She came in, gave up the single to Alvarado, got Sanchez to ground to first. Then the error by Rowe puts the bases loaded here. It is a 7-run ball game, so the Cougars have some room to operate. Good first pitch from Melgar on the inner half, just under the hands on a drop. And she gets a strike. It's 0-1. Wind blowing straight out to center field right now, and it's picked up quite a bit. Melgar comes inside that time. Got Jimenez to kind of, Ruiz to kind of bounce out of the way. Missed on the inner half. It's a 1-1 count. Time missed inside again. Melgar kind of pressed into service quickly. I'm not sure she got much by way of warm-up other than the few pitches before she started in here out on the rubber. And she was at first base to start the inning. Good pitch that time, though, on the outer half. Evens it at 2-2. And now you forced Ruiz into a battle here with the bases loaded. If you're LA Mission, you'd like to get it down to Mora with some runners on. And even Laporte. It's the 2-2 pitch. Good inside drop from Melgar. Sets down Ruiz for the second out here of the inning. And LA Mission down to their last out of the ball game is Nikki Santa Cruz coming in. 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts and a walk. So again, you'd like to get it to Mora. It's a 7-run ball game. So Mora can't quite get it back to even, but she can make it tight and cut down on the breathing room. But there are 2 away, and a good first fastball from Melgar. Right under the hands on the inside corner. And she's ahead here to Santa Cruz. One count here. Pitch to Santa Cruz, a changeup on the outer half for a strike. And Mission down to their final out, final strike. 1-2 count here. Melgar in the circle trying to close it out. It's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded softly to the second baseman. And not able to pick it up was Silva as it brings in a run. And now the Cougars have a runner and a rundown, and they're going to get the final out at second base. As that's the ball game, so 1 run comes across, and the Cougars take it 9-3 as they get the Eagles hung up late to get the final out. So it was E4 on Silva on the Santa Cruz ground ball that brought home Uribe. Alvarado then tried to score, and it was actually Faith Santa Cruz cut down at second base in the rundown to end the ball game. So Flores picks up the win, her 5th of the year. Melgar picks up the save, her 1st of the year. Or actually, no, sorry, it's not a save because it was a 7-run ball game. But Melgar finishes off the final 3 outs of the ball game in the appearance. And the Cougars get their first conference win. They move to 12-6. 12-6-1 on the regular season, 1-2 in conference play. And now 9-3 here at home as they pick up the win over LA Mission College. 9-3 here from Whitten Field. We thank you for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Thursday, baseball back in action here at Cougar Field. On the other side, they'll take on, I think, West LA College, if I double-check my schedule here. Should be a fun one. We hope you join us for that, a 2:30 start time. And that shall actually be on Tuesday afternoon against Antelope Valley. So if I should get my schedule right, that would be it. So Tuesday afternoon against Antelope Valley. We hope you join us. Thank you, as always, here on the Cougar Sports Network. Have a good one, everybody.